Dear friends, it's amazing to realize that we are less than 2 weeks away from the Yom Tov of Purim. And every Yom Tov is filled with such excitement and such joy and such simcha. But of course, as we plan the simcha, as we try to build up to the simcha of Purim, we also try to do so in a safe and responsible way, recognizing that we are in the midst of an ongoing global pandemic that we hope will, Emir Hashem, be brought to an end very soon. But until then, we must take the necessary steps and precautions in order to ensure that even the most joyous of celebrations is safe for ourselves and for the fellow members of our Kehillah. But I want to share with you a couple of highlights that are going to occur over the next week and a half. Tomorrow evening at 8 o'clock p.m. here in the shul, there is a special shir for women titled Behind the Mask of Insecurity, Discovering the Power of Esther HaMalka. This shir will be an opportunity for the women of our Kehillah, for the women of our community to prepare for the upcoming Yom Tov of Purim. Registration is required as space is limited. I look forward, Emir Hashem, to seeing you there tomorrow night. This Shabbos is Parshas Zocher. We have a biblical obligation to go ahead and remember that which Amalek did to us when we left Egypt, as well as to remember the mitzvah to obliterate the memory of Amalek. There will be multiple readings of Parshas Zocher, both in the indoor minyan as well as the outdoor minyan, in order to ensure that whoever would like to fulfill this mitzvah has the ability to do so in a way in which you feel comfortable. Please consult the schedule for the full listing of all the readings for Parshas Zocher. Next week, Emir Hashem, as we build up to Purim on Taanis Esther, a week from this Thursday. Normally one of the highlights of my year for Taanis Esther is the children's costume parade. Usually between Mincha and Ma'ariv, between Mincha and Megillah reading, the children come up, donning their costumes, all excited, so sweet and so cute and so special. This year we're going to have to do things a little bit differently. So instead of having the costume parade in shul between Mincha and Ma'ariv, the costume parade will take place next Thursday on Taanis Esther from 3:30 to 4:15. We're asking parents who want to bring their children, come to the shul, park your car, come out, bring your child, walk by the front of the shul. Aviva and I will both be there to greet the children of our Kehillah, Emir Hashem, to give out a little bit of a little Purim treat, and to be able to allow our children to feel a bit of the Simchas Purim. Over the course of Purim, we will have multiple minyanim for Kriyas HaMegillah. There'll be minyanim, there'll be Megillah readings indoor, outdoor, earlier, later. So hopefully, again, to be able to accommodate the members of our Kehillah so that you could hear the Megillah in a way in which you feel safe, in a way in which you feel comfortable. Consult the schedule for the full listing of Megillah readings. There are many beautiful mitzvos over the course of Purim. We have an obligation to hear the Megillah. We have an obligation to have a celebratory meal. But we have an obligation, ultimately, again, of matanos le'evyonim, gifts to the poor. Each and every year, our Kehillah distributes thousands of dollars on Purim Day to those who are in need. Please participate in this mitzvah. If you give your matanos le'evyonim through Avas Yisrael or other organizations, of course, wonderful. But if you would like to give it through the shul, and again, allow the shul to be your shaliach, to be your agent, to distribute these needed monies on Purim, it would be a personal schus. You could donate online. All the information is in the email below. We also have an exciting program this year called the Mishloach Monosgiver Program. One of the things that's happened over the course of the last year, and it's just the byproduct of the pandemic, is some of us have lost touch with each other. Just over the course first of being shut down, and then just as an impact of the pandemic, and some people feel comfortable coming out, don't feel comfortable coming out. But for me, our Kehillah has always been a bastion of Achdus, has been a bastion, really at the forefront of Jewish unity. Our shul has been a place where Jews of all different backgrounds and all different levels all come together, united in the desire to grow closer to ourselves, to grow closer to one another, to grow closer to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And the pandemic, to a certain degree, has kind of set us off in different corners, to a certain degree. Baruch Hashem, now with the shul open, the shiurim and davening, so Baruch Hashem, so much of that achdus is back. But of course, it's not what it was, and it's not what Emir Hashem it will be. Mishloach Manos, I speak about every year, is a beautiful mitzvah, a beautiful opportunity to create unity. Your friends don't need your shalach manos for one simple reason. Your friends know how much you love them. So whether they get a basket of food or a gift from you or not, they still know that you love. They still know that you love them. But Mishloach Manos represents an opportunity to forge bonds that have yet to be created. When you show up at someone's home who you don't know and doesn't know you, say, hi, shalom aleichem, you don't know me, but we happen to daven at the same shul. Maybe we haven't even davened together for the last year, but we still have a connection in that we're still together, we're members of the same kehillah. You create bonds of achdus. You create bonds of unity. You plant the seeds of what could be or what could become a beautiful, blossoming friendship from one little gesture, from one little act, from one overture. Something beautiful can become. We have to recreate the bonds of achdus in our kehillah. We have to recreate the bonds of unity in our communities. I urge you, participate in our Mishloach Manos campaign and our Mishloach Monosgiver project. All the information is contained below. Make a difference in your Purim and make a difference in the Purim of someone else as well. So I look forward to celebrating Purim with all of you. I look forward to Miraz Hashem to Parsha Zachor, to the Shir tomorrow night, to the parade, to Kriyas HaMegillah, to participating in Misa Matanos LeEvyonim, to Mishloach Manos, to the Shabbos that will follow Purim. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be uplifting. It's going to be exciting. It's true. It's going to be different, just like everything else for the last year has been different. But if there's one thing we've discovered, just because it's different doesn't mean it can't be magnificent. And just because it's different doesn't mean it can't be uplifting. And just because it's different doesn't mean it can't be holy. I look forward, Emirat Hashem, to celebrating the upcoming Shabbos, to celebrating the upcoming Yom Tov of Purim with all of you, wishing everyone a freilichen Purim, a wonderful day, and an uplifting week.